It's a stampede of baby goats to come see me. Hi. Oh, you missed. They're all coming. They're all coming to visit. Hi. All except Voodoo. You're going to be standoffish? You're fired. Hi, boys. Hi, buddy. Oh, here's my snuggles. Oh, hi, girlfriend. Well, who's rubbing my back? JC? Hi. Hi, everybody. Well, zoomies. Well, did you take turns? Is it your turn to come get some? Nope, you wanted to jump. Your turn. There we go. Hi, sweet girl. Here's my buddy, my little man. He never far from me. Hi, buds. Everybody's taking a turn to come visit. Sorry about Tonka's barking. I can't. It cannot be helped. He's just fit to be tied. Has too much energy and not enough release. Work days are hard for him. He's been cooped up with me all morning. This is his first time to be able to run all day. He's got two other dogs out with him, but Sophie's being a meanie weenie today, and Bailey has apparently decided they're taking off into the hayfield. That's fine. They won't go far. He'll be back. Bailey will be back. Bailey gets pretty distressed if he doesn't know where I am, and they know where I am, so they're not worried about it right now. Plus, he's bright white, and I can see him through the foliage. Tonka blends in a bit, but that's all right. There's nothing there for them to get into trouble with. What are you doing, bud? Hi. Are you chewing on my pants? It'd really be better if you didn't chew on my pants. I'd like to not get holes in them. Nobody can ever see your face because it is always stuffed up against me. All right. Well, anyway. Hi. Welcome back. I'm Pam. This is Racing for Home Farm, where the animals rule the schedule, quite literally, and I just try and keep up. Nothing here is planned. Oh, look at that. He is squaring off against Misty. Oh, little buckling there. Got a taste of confidence. Misty will put him in his place real quick. Anyway, so nothing here is planned. Nothing is scripted. Everything is you get what you get. But the critters are cute, so it makes up for all of my shortcomings, I promise. So I've been kind of hinting, well, not really meaning to hint, but I've been kind of chatting for a while about the fact that, I've got some more news to share, right? It's been a big month for us. We were a finalist in the Best of Hunterdon County Farm category, second place, can't complain. Of course, we have all these beautiful baby goats. We have a show coming up in just a few days. We had Hugo being sick and then Hugo getting better, right? So it's just been a whirlwind, not to mention I've got all sorts of stuff going on at work and personal life, but that's, that goes without saying. We all have that, right? But one of the things I've never talked about is really sort of my inside life, right? You guys get to see pretty much everything I've got outside, right? You see all the animals, you see all our setups, you see all of the way, we raise the animals. You're very funny. You like the camera? Your nose is dirty. You're showing everybody your dirty nose. He wants attention so bad. Come on. Come on, you want to make the jump? No. He just wants me to lean in and do the work. But I don't share our inside life very much, right? You, of course, know I have the dogs, and I have some cats because I've talked about that before. I may have even mentioned that we have parrots. But what I've never really mentioned is that, along with doing all of this, which is very deliberate in terms of the species we work with, why we work with them, right? We're a livestock conservancy farm. I work with very specific breeds for intentional purposes. I also, all of this kind of started a million years ago. because I was very heavily into animal rescue, and I should say more dog and cat rescue, right? It started there. And very quickly, after doing all breed dog and cat rescue, I shifted my focus from all breed dog to greyhounds. And I became extremely invested and active in greyhound, retired racers. I won't even say greyhound rescue because it was really more of a retired racer activity. 13 greyhounds have graced my home either as fosters or permanent residents. I did meet and greets with the greyhounds every weekend. We did events like the Lambertville Shad Fest. We took our dogs with us to, actually, my first greyhound was a certified therapy dog for seniors. My second greyhound was a certified therapy dog for pediatrics. So we did a lot of work with, bringing them to facilities and working with seniors and kids. And over the years, it's sort of expanded a little bit because once you're in the rescue world, once you kind of know the networks and people know who you are and where to find you. I mean, I was out in public every weekend with the greyhounds. Other things tend to start coming your way. And somehow or other, I ended up being, I'll call it kind of a catch-all for exotics and small animals. I don't have thousands of things in my house, don't get me wrong, but I kind of continuously have a flow of exotic animals or small animals that come in. Some stay for a very short time, some stay for a very long time, some come to me at the end of their lives, some come to me when they're very young, or, it's just a various mix. And over the years, I've had hedgehogs, I've had rabbits, guinea pigs, we've had hairless rats, I've had gerbils, I've had, trying to think, I guess on the furry side, that's probably close to it. I'm sure I'm missing one or two, but I've also, had my share of birds and reptiles, lizards, things like that. So continuous flow, right? I've had cockatoos, I've had small birds, finches, canaries. We've had smaller parrots, larger parrots. And again, it's a bit of an ebb and flow. Some stay for a while, some stay for the rest of their lifespan, others stay for a short period of time till they find their new home. And really what it boils down to is it's sort of as an animal either reaches the end of its natural lifespan with us, or it finds its new family, ideally. Then I have an opening, and it's amazing how quickly that opening suddenly gets filled. I've done chameleons over the years, multiple versions of frogs, geckos, just a myriad of random stuff. And most of the time it's stuff that people have bought at a pet store or bought on impulse and then realize that the care is way more than they signed up for, or the kids lose interest, or the kids, these are long-lived animals, so the kids have grown up and gone to college and mom and dad don't want to take care of them anymore. So yeah, I kind of, I don't know how, somehow over the years, I became the place. And I can't take them all in, and I don't take them all in, right? There's a very limited capacity that I have for management. A lot of these animals are expensive to maintain, and they all require specialized setups. So usually, even if I am temporarily taking something in, it's not as simple as saying, okay, well, the rabbit found a home, so give me a couple of guinea pigs and I'll put them in the same place. It's a very different setup. It's a very different cage. And the same goes for, frogs, toads, lizards, etc. And most of them can't cohabitate, right? So again, I don't have dozens and dozens of critters in the house, but I do have a bit of a collection within a manageable, reasonable state. And I tell you all of this because I have had an empty frog terrarium. It's not a tank, it's a terrarium, or a vivarium, probably, actually, more appropriately. It's live, full of, live plants. It has bugs and critters in it because that's what eats all of the poop and the pee and things that come from other frogs. And that setup was created, I put it all together and set it up for a troop of red-eyed tree frogs that came to me many years ago at this point. And at the end of last year, probably right around the end of summer last year, so not quite a year ago, the last of that troop of frogs passed. They were with me, I don't know, 6 years. And of course, who knows how old they were when I got them. So I can't complain. They all had a pretty nice, long-lived life, and they had a really good environment with all of the supplements and lighting and all the specialized care that they needed. But that tank has been uninhabited other than the plants and the bugs for quite some time now. And you do need to have a break between critters, right? You need a quarantine period. You need to let anything die off that might be in there. And so a lot of times, 9 times out of 10 or 99 times out of 100, the next critter that comes my way doesn't have the same type of requirements. And so I may be able to reuse the overall habitat, but I have to change it up. Hi, baby girl. You coming to see me? So it's sort of just been sitting idle. And I still have to maintain it, right? You still have to water the plants. You still have to make sure that the cleanup crew, or that's what the bugs are called, they're cleanup crew. And they live in the soil. They're little like pill bugs and stuff, right? They're not something that you see. And just to keep the environment healthy. Well, guess what? We have new critters coming in. So I did get a shout out for more frogs. And yeah, just so happens that I have an opening. So this troop, it's another troop, so it's another group of frogs. This time they're dart frogs. Dart frogs are obviously a very different species than tree frogs. So they need different plants, different requirements that way. So I spent the last month or so tearing apart that habitat, saving and salvaging what I could, while at the same time replanting and getting it ready for new inhabitants. That gave me the chance to really actually, truly disinfect things. And also I had to change over the, soil requirements. The humidity and temperature requirements for dart frogs are different than for tree frogs. So all of that had to be changed up. And for the last, I would say, 6 months or so, not 6 months, sorry, 6 weeks, that's been happening. And it couldn't happen any sooner because I had to wait for temperatures to stabilize for things to be shipped in, right? So I can't ship plants when it's freezing, and it was freezing in New Jersey. I had to bring in different types of bugs to take care of the environment because the environment's going to be much moister. Yeah, there's a word for you. Enjoy that. Much more humid. How's that? The humidity will be up. The humidity will be higher for these guys, huh, buddy, than it was for the tree frogs. So did all that, got that all done. Got the new bugs coming today, actually. Yes, in the middle of everything, while I'm prepping for show, while I'm trying to work, while we've got all this other chaos going on, Hugo's sick and everything else. Yes, I have bugs coming that need to be taken care of. And they do need to be taken care of. I actually have to culture them. I have to, feed and water them just like you would any other critter. And while I don't necessarily treat them as pets, we certainly do treat them with the importance that they deserve because they are an important part of the habitat. Here's some goat tushies. They're bored with me at this point. You're probably bored with me at this point. So anyway, so once that all happens, it'll be another few weeks to let all of that establish itself, become a true working environment. And then finally, these new froggies will come join us. And I'm pretty excited about it. I always get pretty excited when I get to learn about a new species. And when I get to spend some time doing research, and I have the luxury of that time. I don't always have the luxury of that time to do research and advanced prep. In this case, I did have the luxury to do all of the research, do all of the prep work in advance. Why are you pulling at the fence, Miss JC? What are you mad about all of a sudden? So that is the rest of the big news that I've been sitting on. You're probably not all that impressed, but it is what it is. That's what I got for you. My life evolves around animals. And the thing that excites me and drives my passion is the continuous learning, the continuous experiences, the growth, and just the diversity of what I get to work with. So while a bunch of little dart frogs, and they are little, that you might not ever see once I put them in the terrarium because they'll be in the plants and be hiding and they're nocturnal to boot, may not be the thing for you. It is the thing for me because I got to learn so much. Oh my gosh, what a cram course. And yes, that's what I do when I'm not feeding animals or cleaning stalls or working or laundry or groceries or whatever else life throws our way. I have the chance to sit down and do some research, and that actually is what fuels my passion. So for me, it's very exciting. And now this has gone on so long that the baby goats have been bored to tears and they have moved on to other things besides me. So I think I will leave it there. If you're still here at this point, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, please. You know you want to. You listen to me drone on all this time about something that's not even goat relevant. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you've already hit subscribe, you can hit like. If you haven't hit like yet or you haven't hit share yet, go ahead and hit those buttons for me, please. It helps out so much. Thank you for being here, and until next time, there is actually work to be done. Bye for now.